Yeah. We in the meth lab. We in the meth lab. We got one of the most controversial public figures on here right now. We got Snow Billy, Brooklyn,
You know that.
Brooklyn NY. You
Shout
already
out to the
know.
meth lab, man. Shout out to the meth lab, man, for
Salute.
reaching out, man, and being about his business, man. You know, getting some exclusive information and some knowledge that
You already know.
to his audience.
Yo, Snow, let me ask you, what's your definition of an OG?
My definition of an OG is someone that was able to go through what they went through to get that title, and then able to show the younger youth to not to go down that path and do the right thing. That's my definition of an OG, man. A lot of people ask me that, and a lot of times I don't really have, you know, the right. Not I don't have the right delivery, but sometimes people take it out of miscontext of what I said about, you know, an OG is someone who went through what he went through to get that title and was able to show now the youth that they don't got to go down that route, because I went down that route for you now. And that's an OG, one who give it up like that, not one who keep leading the blind down the road of destruction. That's not an OG. That's an old fool.
Right. That's a fact. What's your inspiration? What was your inspiration behind starting that Frankstan movement, doing the Frankstan thing?
Hey, yo, man, I'm with one of my co-hosts now for the Crime and Hip Hop podcast we doing, and we were just talking about that. The Frankstan came about is when I was conducting another show called the Snow Billy Money Bag. I think it was Snow Billy Money Bag Talk. I was going on, and as I was doing that, I had a troll come into my audience and said some real silly stuff. And I said, all right, hold on, man. I went to my refrigerator, got a hot dog, came back to this the screen, and bam! Hit that motherfucker with that hot dog and sent them to the Frank pot. And that day from on, my Money Bag Talk audience went to the Frankstan game. I copped the Frankstan, did the legal shit, and the Frankstan was born. Now I got a magazine I put together. I got the book, the Frankville movie. It's like The Simpsons. It's dope, bro. It's dope. It's really dope.
That's tough.
It's dope. So like I'm taking the Frankstan whole brand and I'm just branding it every which way possible, from publication, movies, cartoons, podcasts, restaurant. I'm about to open up the first Frankstan restaurant now.
Okay. Yeah, that's different. That's different. Okay, so, let me ask you this.
Yeah, sure.
Let me ask you something. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you this. If Maino called you right now and said he want to squash the drama, are you willing to squash the drama?
You know, I've had that question asked to a mutual friend of me and him, and it's really no drama. You know, it's really no drama. I just had to check a few things about him. You know what I'm saying? That's all it ever was. It wasn't never no beef. I don't have no dislike for the man. I don't have no issues with the man. I don't have no beef with the man. You know, honestly, it's just that it was some things that I felt that he's fraudulent with. You know? But if he was to call me and said, I can't, what is it to squash? We never had no problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just felt like he said some things, and as me as being an influential voice out here, I felt like I had to touch on it. And then the way he was misleading the youth, like you showing the youth these antics when you know that's not really you. That's not really you. But to the industry, the ones that's not in the streets, they see you for something that you're not. Now, if we got to squash, if something like that got to be squashed, I don't really know, because it's like I don't really have no issues with the man. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no problems or nothing in that man or anything like that. I just felt like, you know, you ain't who you say you is, bro. You know what I'm saying? And cause I know some situations that you should have kept that same energy with when the situation came to your doorstep and you didn't. But when these little dudes have an issue with you, you go to the extent. So why that energy you had with them wasn't with a few other notable gangsters that I know of that you had confrontations with and you humbly bowed out.
But you definitely, you definitely willing to work with him and all that. You know what I'm saying? If he was willing to, talk over these past little things, you definitely willing to talk to him, ready to work it out,
Yeah. If man,
at the end of the day, you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah. If it had to be, a situation where he want to say, yo, please stop bothering me or whatever he think I'm doing to him, or people think I'm doing to him, because I ain't really got nothing against this guy. You know what I mean? I just don't like, the behavior that you displaying, and that's not what you're about. You got too many young kids out here in this industry that's looking up to these so-called, gangster rappers, and catching life sentences in state jails behind these guys that's not even living what they portraying.
Okay, let me ask you, do you got any regrets, right? Any regrets on bringing the kid 6ix9ine into the music business? Bringing him around that gangster aura, you know what I mean? Bringing him into that light. Do you have any regrets on bringing him into that?
Yeah, I do have a regret in me. I'm gonna be honest. I do have a regret in regards to that. I do have a regret in regards to that, due to the fact that he altered a lot of lives, man. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't appreciative. He was very selfish in his thinking process. And just greedy. Just greedy, man.
So you feel like it hurt him more than it helped him? Because money ain't everything, Snow. Money ain't everything, Snow.
Right.
You got your soul, you got your spirit. You know what I mean?
And to him, money ain't everything, bro, because he more want to be accepted with real niggas, with real individuals. And that's what's killing him right now. So he's like dying slowly inside, man.
That's
no matter if you gave him $100 million right now, it still won't satisfy certain emotions that he have in him. You know what I'm saying? When they come to the street life, he might say, yo, I ain't with that no more, but he still want to be, entwined with that, because he comes from a neighborhood that only breeds that. And he's still young. He's still maturing. He's not a fully grown adult yet. So his mind is still fragile to a certain extent. He's still fragile. So, grown men minds be still fragile. So of course his is still fragile. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why he's still like, he wanna do this, because he's still caught up between that. I want to be tough, but I rather.
He's in a rock and a hard place,
Right, and it's not even like, it ain't even like you had a real ill street reputation before you did this. You know what I'm saying?
Right. To begin with, yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, cool, you did it. And you didn't have this street reputation to carry on, afterwards. Like, you wasn't no tough guy before all that. So the antics you're doing now, only ones that's gonna buy into it is the audience I set up for you from the beginning, which is them kids out there in Scotland, Slovakia, Czech Republic, that don't have no knowledge about what's really going on in the US.
That's a fact. Now, do you ever regret getting on the internet? Because like once you get on here, you get on the YouTube joints and all that, it's like you put your head on a chopping block. Do you ever regret getting on here?
I don't regret it. I don't regret it a bit. You know what I'm saying? Because I was able to influence others. I was able to bring knowledge to others, and I was able to rectify some things that other people want to run with and keep the real narrative to a silence. A lot of people wouldn't know a lot of things if it wasn't for Snow Billy. They'd still be going off for the mainstream image these people painted. They don't know about the dark stuff that this kid was entwined with. Yeah, little bits and bits come out now, You know what I mean? But they don't know about the dark stuff. Like you got these people doing, these putting together these documentaries and Showtime. I shot some with the guy, Vic Ram Gandhi, and it's so much to it. They don't know how to deal with it as a whole because they wasn't a part of it. They
Right.
go on to people who wasn't even really in the mix with the whole Treway BBA thing. These are little homies. They think they could get because they feel comfortable talking to the little homies. The little homies wasn't behind the darkness of this shit. Read the indictment. But they, dealing with the, it's such a grand story. It's like with so many layers. They don't know where to begin. They just think, it begins with 6ix9ine. It don't begin with no 6ix9ine. This thing was already brewing and big before 6ix9ine came into the picture.
Right. Okay. All right. Which brings me to this question, right? The truth. I want to hear the truth, though. What's the truth? The truth about how do you feel about Bloods and Crips coming to New York? Because me and you, we remember when this didn't even exist. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So how you feel about what the power that it has had on New York?
Huh?
How you feel about the power that it has had in New York? You know what I'm saying? In NYC.
Well, how can I put it? To be truthfully, man, I'm sad and it came to New York because of destruction and mayhem is spread on our streets. So I'm definitely not happy, with the behavior, of the gang. Because there's nothing wrong with gangs, my God. It's nothing wrong with gangs. What makes gangs wrong is the behavior conduct that the gang breeds.
Fact.
The behavior conduct. When the gang behavior conduct is not positive, now you're dealing with a destructive organization. But if your gang is structured on a positive note, it could be a big thing. But so many of these gang members don't have the proper OGs or the influence or the finances to convert these kids over to do something in a more positive light so they wouldn't be destructive on the streets of their neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Ain't nothing wrong with camaraderie, camaraderie, as long as it's getting pushed in a positive direction. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You had the Panthers and all them, they was all, they was all comrades and all that. They had their movement, but it was in a positive manner. They was conducting themselves in a positive manner. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. That's just like the police is a gang. And look how their behavior is. It's a gang out of control now. Because the behavior conduct was never checked from the beginning of it, because when they first started, it wasn't called police. It was considered slave patrol.
Right.
See, the behavior is always the behavior. So you bring this slave patrol behavior into what y'all established to be a law enforcement organization, but how it's only going to breed negative because you bring a negative element already into the situation.
That's a fact.
So,
that's a
seeing
fact.
the blood, seeing the Bloods and Crips come to the neighborhood, man, is very sad, man, for, what took place. Because it ain't like they came to New York to do nothing good.
Right.
They was put there or they came there, migrated to the city, and nothing good hardly ever came out of these sets.
But okay, so let me ask you this. Around the time when the Bloods first started on the island, right? Do you think it served a better purpose then than it does now?
No, because the reason why the Bloods was structured on Rikers Island was because of the retaliation the Latin inmates was opposed on the black inmates due to many black inmates trying to either take the Latins' drug supply or not pay them for their drug supply. See, the reason the Bloods came about on Rikers Island was because of drugs, which is one of the main things in prison is about, drugs. You had some old timers that was down with the other knowledgeable nations, whatever, the 5%ers, the 3%ers, whatever they, you know, and when they was getting high and having allies that's, you know, about to be blood, and they felt like I ain't gotta pay, and you know, one thing led to another, and now the Latin inmates is bringing so much violence to the blacks. They looking like, yo, we got to form, but y'all forming off the grounds of going against this other gang, so y'all won't have to pay for your habits. So it was never created. Blood was never created on Rikers Island to protect them from the Department of Corrections or the administration, that should I say. It wasn't, you know. You got some? All right, cut it on. I did it before. Yeah. Wow, yeah, hell yeah. So, you know, being that when they was formed on Rikers Island, it wasn't, you know, to protect them or keep them away from another notorious violent gang. They was created so they could oppose those that wanted their money for their habit, bro. That's what they came about. And niggas like, you know, they tried to say, yo, it was formed because the Latin brothers was, you know, doing the black brothers like that. But that's impossible because it's more African Americans incarcerated on Rikers Island than there was Latinos at that time.
That's heavy.
It was just that the Latinos was more violent than the African American culture at the beginning. And then when the Bloods came in part, the tables turned.
Tables turned on them.
The tables turned on them, man.
Now, Snow, okay, you know, you've been on YouTube for a while, right? And it's a lot of slander. It's a lot of slander against you on YouTube. You got all types of dude saying that, yo, I'm going to say this, Snow, they saying that you ratted before, that you were snitch and this and that. What do you have to say for those people that's throwing that type of slander at you?
I mean, you know, and I tell people this is important, right? I come from New York, right? I've done 15 years in New York prison system. What I've learned, New Yorkers, the foul ones play with 3 elements. These are the 3 bad bones they put on anybody that's a threat. He's a rat, he's a drug user, or he's a homosexual. These are the 3 things niggas in New York do. I seen guys make paperwork on dudes. Huh?
Super fact.
Right. I seen it all. So I'm not surprised that guys would want to put any kind of bad bone on me because of my influence, because of my style, because of my past reputation. You know what I'm saying? These guys is threatened. Not physically threatened by me, but intelligently they threatened by me. So anything they could do to slander me, they gonna do it. Which is, I'm not mad at that. But I'm doing guard work, so that shit ain't gonna work, man. I've been shot in the head and the neck and got it by myself. Went to prison. Went to prison. I ain't go home to a woman. I ain't go home to my dad, mother. I went to jail with a bullet wound in my head and my neck, open this big. I didn't come home and get nursed and get back together. My homies on Rikers Island took care of me. All my homies in the Bronx. Bronx niggas took care of me. Shout out Rail, Sex Money Murder, Platinum, Dirty Money Stones, Marlowe from Queens. Real big homies. T Money from Harlem. These niggas took S-Class from Tahino, from Harlem. These niggas took care of me when I was shot up. I didn't go to a hospital, a prison ward. I didn't go to we got NIC. I ain't go to NIC. I went to general population. They goes, like I said I had posted a post up there not too long ago and said, they goals for sending me to population was for me to be murdered. Because who puts a convict with my kind of reputation and my background in general population with 2 bullet holes in his neck and head?
Yeah. That's heavy right there. That's heavy.
You know, what are you sending me and you know, and then you know my institutional record, so you know who you're dealing with. Put me in a situation. So luckily I am who I am. And I could walk around with flippers on throughout this notorious jungle, what we consider to be Rikers Island, and not get touched. Not get touched the whole 6 months in population, and I was wounded. And I was around many bandits. I'm a parole violator, so you see all the parole violators from 20 years ago, 15 years ago. You see all these dudes.
Okay.
You know, so dudes just going to slander you, man. When you a threat, intelligently though, not physical, but intelligence, and people take a liking to you, and other people see that, they gonna throw the bone. They gonna throw the bad bone on you. Yo, that nigga fuck with that bag. Yo, he fuck with them boys. Oh, that nigga's a rat. That's New York niggas' favorite thing, my nigga. I heard it all my life. Like, my nigga, how you just go put a bad bone on a nigga like that? And niggas do it so frequently, it become regular for anybody.
Like right now, the times we living in, that's a normal word. That's a normal thing to say about somebody. Before, you couldn't say that. You know, you had to be official. You had to know that it was a fact before you said that before. But these days, you know, they just use that loosely. They use that word loosely.
Yo, these days, niggas call you a rat. Niggas talk about, that nigga get high. I heard, man, you know what, bro? Niggas been, that's why I handle dudes the way I do. Cause it's like, niggas put the bad bone on you for no reason, bro. Just out of jealousy. And I always been hated on. So I ain't, I'm cool with it. I've been hated on all my life, man. By corny dude.
Let me ask you this, Snow. Has 6ix9ine ever tried to reach out to you?
No, hell no. He can't do that.
Yeah, you know, he got his team, the PR, public relations, everybody's telling him probably no, they probably telling him how to move, even if he wanted to, he probably couldn't. Business-wise, he probably couldn't. The marketing team, they'll probably tell him no, Okay, so let's get into the book, right? You got the book, 6ix9ine Shots. Now, the book 6ix9ine Shots, what does that have to offer us that we don't know already? Does that have, things to offer us that we don't know about your story or about his story?
A lot of the stuff that happened out there in LA with the Nicki Minaj, Kanye West video shoot, why the mansion was shot up, what's the reason, why the beef between 6ix9ine and Casanova started, all that's in that book, bro. Very interesting book, and it's a must read, man. It's a must read. I wouldn't even, like I said, I put it out there when it was just brewing. It's a good book, man. And they have a lot of things in there that people didn't know about. They don't know why the shooting took place in LA at that mansion with the Nicki Minaj video and all that.
Okay. Because before you was saying, I think you was saying it was about to be a movie. It was going to be a movie or something like that. But then I think you shifted it over to the book.
Right. What I did was, wait 1 minute. I hate these rum. These rum joints is the worst too. For some reason, the rum, what is it? Wild rum. Oh. Hold on.
You should find it, right?
Raspberry runs. Yeah. What I did was I put it in a book format so it could be more smoother going into a movie script format.
Okay.
So I decided to turn it into the Treway series because I have to show how everything happened from the beginning. Treway ain't start with 6ix9ine and Shotty.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what the world thinks, because once he came into play, it got made public. You know what I mean? So that's what the world thing knows, but we know that that's not where it started. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that it could have started that late in time. You understand what I'm saying?
We've been around before he was even, thought about with this shit here.
Snow, you know I know.
Right.
Come
You know
on.
what I mean? So it's like, 6ix9ine, we had rappers on the lineup before he was thought about.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Do you own any of the rights? Any rights from his situation?
Right now I have in regards to film or music.
Both.
I have an unreleased 8 songs that's unreleased from him that was put together by me when he was with me in the studio. 8 songs right now that was going on an album I put an album that made Genius. It's called Face Off with another England artist I had. They's gonna face off on an album with the 8 songs. Never heard before 8 songs of Tekashi, and then another 8 songs with my artists in England. So I put together the Face Off album. And but I never could get nobody to really do the 6ix9ine lyrics. You feel me? So now I just got them all written out, and when you read it, it's like, damn, this shit was hard then.
Right.
So
right.
And as for the rights of the whole Treway shit, it is my rights because I'm the one that brung Treway the best style. The style wouldn't know nothing about no Billy Badass, no Treway if it wasn't for me coming in.
Okay.
So the rights.
I keep it official with you, Snow. I remember M.E.T.H and all that from way back. I'm talking way back. You know what I mean?
Right.
I already was able to see that it was already a movement in place long before the public really knew. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like when I went away, man, M.E.T.H, man, he had to step up and do what needed to be done. To keep the ball going and keep certain things intact. So yeah, man. If it wasn't for the hard pain and suffering a nigga had to go through to bring this to this neighborhood, they wouldn't even know what a non-Trey gangster is or a Treway is. Treway is the same thing. SI made Treway. We made that in the box. Me and SI was in the box together when he came in with the whole Treway thing. It's just another short thing from saying non-Trey paid the way. Because it's like it's Treway because we know non-Trey paved the way.
See, that's a different perspective that nobody heard yet. See?
Right. That's why I was like, yo, Treway, instead of saying non-Trey paid the way, niggas just broke it down. Yo, it's Treway, man. Because we paid the way. And that's what Treway come about. These guys, these little guys, they just came home in 2003, 4. Like, what do you know? What do you know about any of this? You know what I'm saying?
That's heavy. That's heavy. And yo, we in the meth lab. We got Snow Billy. Yo, Snow, good looking for coming through the lab. You already know. I'm gonna hit you up in a minute. Yo, Snow, you already know.
Yo,
yes,
man,
sir. Good looking for coming through.
It was a pleasure. Hit me up, man. You know my IG. Well, you already got it. I hit you up after this, bro. But we do it, man. Anytime. You know that.
You already know. Snow, good luck.
To spread the word to the youth, man, and show them what this really is. And even we could just say 1 or 2, man, we did our job, bro. You already know it's the meth lab, man. Snow Billy in the building.
That's a fact.
Treway series.
Snow, salute. You already?
We're ready.